Right, okay.
Thought I'd do a demo on candlelight. So this was so carrying on with the night sequence theme that we started a week or two ago. So I've got yeah, this was a request from somebody in the morning group. So I thought I'd go with this. It's quite a nice simple subject. And if you've just got a couple, so we're here this week and next, and then I'm taking a 6-week break. So yeah.
Oh, it's next week as well.
Yeah, we're here this week and next week. Yeah. So, if you won't come with me, won't come to us. So I've got well, you can come out to Italy. I've got about 6 students coming out to Italy.
You can do a Zoom class.
Yeah, well, I could do a Zoom class, or I might try and do a few YouTube videos while I'm out there, just post them anyway. So if anything pops up, you can see what I'm doing.
Can you tell us the same this week, next week?
Yeah.
And when are you coming back?
20th of October.
20th.
Yeah. Fingers crossed, we'll be back at 20th of October. If I get delayed, I will send an email out. I'll get an email sent out. Well, I'm driving to Sicily, so I've got a few days to get back, so hopefully I'll get back in time. But my son's going to come join me towards the end, so and he's kind of left me about 6 days to get back, so I'm hoping that's enough. But if I do have any problems or get delayed, I'll send an email and we'll do it start the week after. But yeah, I should be starting back on the 20th of October. Yeah, so that's the plan. So yeah, with this one, I thought I'd just do a quick demo with the oils. That was the morning one. It's slightly different candle. This morning I used this image, and I thought I'd kind of exaggerate this bit. So that was me exaggerating. I thought maybe I'll try something slightly closer to it for the afternoon one, just to the difference. So what I've done is I've just very quickly sketched out. And it only needs to be dark enough for me to see this. Pastel pencil, it's very easy to make adjustments, so it's a nice way of just sketching things out. And I always sort of sharpen up the drawing when I'm painting anyway, so it doesn't have to be too precise. Generally, I usually start from the background to the foreground, but I'm thinking with things like the candle, this needs to be nice and bright, and this bit I want fairly light, so I'm going to start in the middle and work outwards. So it's a slightly different approach. That's a very nice thin brush, that will do. So I'm going to start with almost like the effect of the candle light. So start with a kind of yellowy colour. Now this board is quite a nice colour really for this subject. It's a warmish colour. Blue I think is not the right colour at all really, but that's basically what I had. Didn't have any more of that colour. So really, if you're somebody that likes to prepare, so this is oil paints, and the same sort of approach with acrylics. If you're somebody that likes to prepare a background colour to start with, I would go with something like that, and then let that dry, and then you can paint over that. With watercolours, you're going to be using white paper and keeping the paper white. But with acrylics or oils, sometimes it's nice to tone the background. So just go with a little bit of yellow. And the danger is this can, with blue underneath, it can appear a little bit green. So I'm going to very quickly start adding a little bit of red. So a little bit of cadmium red to get that nice kind of orangey glow. I need to stick the brush. And these bean oils, I can work that into the board quite well. So that's, hopefully kind of blend that in a little bit. This board seems to be absorbing quite a lot of moisture. Let's add a bit more paint. And sometimes if you kind of overpaint a little bit the area you want, when you come back in with the darks, you've got a little bit of an area to work into and to blend into. So that can be the area around here, and then gradually going dark. So I'm going to use some brown, which I'll mix with a little bit of black, maybe a little bit of red as well. So if I do use black, I tend to mix some other colours in with it, otherwise it can look a little bit deadly. And actually I might go a little bit redder before I do that. Let's just go for another brush and go a little bit redder, just in here. And again, just sort of kind of gradually blend that in. And the oils are ideal if you want to get these soft blends. You've got plenty of time to work the paint. Yeah, I think that should be okay. Now I'll go with a darker colour. I've got mixed here. That can come right down to here. I've got a little bit of medium here, which might be quite useful for just softening the edges. So medium is like linseed oil and a little bit thinners, but that will make the paint a little bit more fluid. I think this board is a bit too absorbent, so that's helping me to blend the paint. So you see, you get a nice sort of soft blend. It's still quite workable, this paint. If I wasn't happy with that, I could wipe bits back and then repaint. And then the candle itself is quite dark around here. Let's go a little bit darker. Paint a little bit of the candle in. So this was the colour I had mixed this morning, which is a bit too brown, so I'll add some yellow and some red to that. That a tiny bit. It's quite dark at the bottom. Oops, somebody was closing. And then it wants to be a little bit warmer and lighter near the flame itself. Let's just go with a slightly lighter version. Kind of pinky colour. Again, slightly soften that out. Probably need to go a bit darker just under here. So let's go back to that. Make that a little bit darker here. Soften that out. And then the flame itself, really can just use some pure, really white with just a tiny touch of yellow just to warm the white up a little bit. White can be a bit stark on its own, so sometimes a little bit of yellow with that's a good idea. Just the tiniest bit to warm it up. So just getting the tiny speck on the end of that brush. Mix that in with my knife. And I'm going to use a thin brush just to get the tip of the flame. Like that. And sometimes the lighter bits can look good if you put those on a bit thicker. So sort of darker paint tends to look better thinner, and then sometimes highlights can look quite good if you just put thicker. Almost like a sort of impasto bit on there. So that can work quite nicely. And all I need now is just to get something for the wick, to make that dark, and then just put something through there to suggest the wick. So a little bit of a yellow tinge there, and a little bit of dark underneath. Looks like a dark line into there. So, I think quite a nice project just to go out for a week or so, or something like that. So I've got that image, and there's one, a couple here, sort of similar sort of things, depending on what you have. Yes. sometimes it's quite a nice little subject. It's quite effective.
So what made you do the reflection of the light? It's not in the photograph. This is what fascinates me.
What, this bit?
Yeah, I mean, because you don't. It's not in the photograph.
It's
So
kind
you made it.
of glows a bit. I'm exaggerating what's there.
So
Really.
yeah, that's what I need.
Yeah.
It's learning that because it's so effective.
Yeah, and sometimes you can use what's there, but sometimes you need. It might be an idea to emphasise.
Yeah, you know it's there, don't you?
Yeah,
It's to give
yeah,
it
get the feel of it.
Right.
Yeah, because sometimes if you just reproduce a photo, it doesn't always feel like how it might feel if you were there.
No. Yeah.
So it's trying to convey that.
Yeah.
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 And I've not done it as much as I have here, and it's quite interesting. It's quite a nice subject just to play around with because it doesn't take
They're
too long.
both different actually, aren't they? One's
Yeah.
more intimate, one's
Yeah.
more intimate than the other.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a bit more I could do with that, but yeah, at the same time, it's a simple enough subject to be able to have time to experiment with. Maybe do a couple of versions with, see how close you want it to be to a photograph, or how you want to, where you want to make changes. Okay.
Is that a mirror?
I don't know. That's right. I'll come and have a look.
Can I take a picture?
Yeah, sure. Take one of those. Yeah.